So as a faculty member, you sit down to make a course. It's likely that you have lots of questions about how you should prepare the course. And for the most part, those questions are questions that are going to be addressed by considering what might have happened before in previous courses, talking with other people about what they've done with particular challenges. What those questions won't be addressed by, or at least they haven't been addressed by historically, is by actually digging into the data that would tell you about the properties of the students who are going to be in your course. And there's the enrollment data and the grade data and the housing data and the application data and the graduation data. And all these different things create these terabytes of information about students. Now, IU as an institution and every other institution in the world uses these data to be able to make relatively pedestrian decisions about how to manage the institution, like how many sections of this particular course they should offer each semester. Learning analytics is a little bit different and newer. It specifically takes these data that get created when students go through the university and tries to put it to good use to affect the educational mission of the university. So rather than just deciding how many sections of this particular course should be offered, we could use the data that students generate to try and find out how we should be offering courses or what we should be doing within the courses. I mean, another example of that is the data from students after they take introductory psychology. So introductory psychology is a big course. It's, half of the students here on campus take it. And we're interested in looking at, well, if you take an introductory psychology, what does that tell us about how well you're going to do in future courses? So we assume that introductory psychology has a pretty big effect on how people think about science. If that's the case, then we should expect students to perform better in downstream science courses after having taken introductory psychology. And in that way, it provides us this interesting window into whether introductory psychology is achieving the developmental goal that we set up for it, that it would introduce a scientific way of thinking. And you can do that with Intro to Psych, or you can do it with any course. As long as you've got a large enough number of students who are going through it, you have this cool opportunity with the digital exhaust that gets created as a student matriculates through Indiana University. You could just look at that data to find out whether students actually are having the effects that you might expect from the courses. These are the sorts of questions that you really wouldn't have been able to even begin to address without the ability to command control over a large amount of data that students generate.